Hello dear learners, I, A.S. Kulkarni, welcome you on this presentation on surgical dressing and supplies. In this presentation, we will see evaluation of surgical. After completion of the presentation, you will be able to apply the different tests for evaluation of surgicals. So this is the learning outcome of today's presentation. Roadmap of this presentation. So in this presentation we will see only one point, that is evaluation of surgicals. Before going to actual presentation, here is a reflection spot for you. How will you check the quality of surgical? You just pause the video, try to write the answer for it, and then play the video. Yes, you are right. Let's see the evaluation of the surgical dressings. So it is essential to check the quality of the surgical, either it is in our specification or not. So all this evaluation which is done as per the Indian Pharmacopoeia 1996. So under these we will see the various evaluation tests, that is identification test, chemical test, acidity and alkalinity test, absorbency test, fluorescence test, test for NAPS, LOD, that is loss on drying, and the sulfated ash test. Let's see in detail one by one. So here we will see the identification test of surgicals. So for this identification test, a single fiber of absorbent cotton is observed under linear microscope. You can see in this picture. So this is a microscope. By using this microscope, here a single fiber which is examined. So here the measurement of the length and diameter along with the shape. So here the single fiber which is examined for the length as well as its diameter and the shape of this particular single fiber. So by using this particular microscope, here the absorbent cotton which is identified. Let's move to next test. Here we will see the chemical test of absorbent cotton. So the first test includes the treatment with iodinated zinc chloride solution. So here the sample of absorbent cotton which is taken. After that there is an addition of iodinated zinc chloride solution, and which is observed under the microscope. So the fiber becomes violet and is observed under this particular microscope. So here is a treatment with iodinated zinc chloride solution. So with this treatment, fiber becomes a violet one. So another chemical test is here. So here the sample which is taken and which is treated with zinc chloride solution. So you can see in this picture. So here that particular cotton which is taken and the zinc chloride solution which is added. So after that this particular mixture or the sample which is boiled with 40 degrees centigrade temperature for 2.5 hours, and after that it is examined for the dissolution. So either that particular fibers which is dissolved in it or not. So here in this chemical test, two tests which is done, that is by using the iodinated chloride solution, iodinated zinc chloride solution, and the zinc chloride solution. So this is about the chemical test of absorbent cotton. Let's move to the another test. Here we'll see the acidity and alkalinity test. So in this solution, the first macerate is prepared. After that that macerate which is used to check the pH by using the methyl red solution or phenolphthalein solution as an indicator. So you can see in this particular picture. So here the macerate which is taken for this test. After that, the indicator, that is methyl red and or the phenolphthalein solution which is added to the that particular macerate. So the solution, after addition of these indicators, that is methyl red and phenolphthalein, here the neither solution shows a pink color. If the solution is changing the color, so it indicates that there is a presence of some alkali or acid matter. So by using this methyl red and phenolphthalein solution, here is an checking of acidity or the alkalinity with the absorbent cotton. Let's move to the another test. Here we will see the absorbency test. So name itself indicate that absorbency. So how much amount of water will be absorbed by this particular absorbent cotton. So this particular test which is evaluated, or the cotton which is evaluated by performing sinking time and the water holding capacity. Sinking time means the time required for this absorbent cotton which goes from the top of this fluid to the bottom. So how much time which will take by that particular absorbent cotton, so that is the sinking time. And next test is done, that is water holding capacity. So here is an determination of water holding capacity or the ability of that particular absorbent cotton, how much water will be held by that particular absorbent cotton. So here for this absorbency, these two tests which is performed, that is a sinking time and water holding capacity. So the sinking time should not more than the 10 seconds. So the time required or time taken by that particular sample goes from the top of this fluid to the bottom, so that should be less than 10 seconds. So it indicates that they have the ability to absorb as early as possible or with a short period. So the time for this particular absorbent cotton or the sinking time of this particular absorbent cotton should not more than the 10 seconds. So next here for the limit of water holding capacity, that is, so it absorbs not less than 23 gram of water per gram of the sample. So if you are taken the 1 gram of absorbent cotton, so that should absorb the 23 gram of water, not less than the 20. If it absorbs, so it indicates that that surgical or the cotton is an pure state. So this is about the absorbency test. So you just remember in this test, so absorbency test which is done by evaluating the sinking time and the water holding capacity with the absorbent cotton. Next test here we will see the fluorescence test. So name itself indicate that by using the another object or source, here fluorescence with that absorbent cotton which is observed. So here the sample which have 5 mm thickness layer which is observed under the 365 nanometer ultraviolet lamp. So you can see in this picture, this is an 365 nanometer UV lamp. So by using this UV lamp, here the absorbent cotton which is observed. So here here the 5 millimeter thickness is used or which is taken for this test. So at the time of observation, so it shows slight brownish violet fluorescence and few absorbent cotton or the threads of absorbent shows the yellow particles, and the not more than few fibers shows an intense blue fluorescence. So by using this fluorescence test, this observation will be observed there. So here the 365 nanometer wavelength of UV lamp which is used to evaluate the absorbent cotton for the fluorescence. Let's move to the another. Here is a test for the NEPS. So first we will see what is NEPS. So NEPS is an entangled and knotted fibers in the absorbent cotton. So you can see in this, here is a knot which is done by that particular fiber or absorbent cotton. So that is called as the NEPS, as well as the entangled masses with the absorbent cotton. So here the NEPS, how much NEPS which are present in the absorbent cotton which is determined or which is observed. So this test which is done by spreading this sample, that is absorbent cotton, with 450 square meter length or the area of the glass plate. So first the glass plate which is taken. So on the glass plate here only this much area which is filled with the absorbent cotton, that is 450 square meter area. After that, by using the same size glass plate, so that absorbent cotton which is covered, so it is like a sandwich. So two side there is an glass plate and a middle side there is an that particular sample. So this particular sample which is observed by the naked eyes. So here by using the pencil or marker pen you can draw the how much NEPS which is present in this, or you can mark there. So you will get the how much amount of the NEPS which is present in that particular area. So here the limit for the NEPS which is given in Indian Pharmacopoeia, that is that particular 450 square meter area contains not more than 250 NEPS. So if more than the 250 NEPS, so it indicates that the over limit of the NEPS which is present in the absorbent cotton. If less than, so it indicates that that particular absorbent cotton have the limit or within the limit with the NEPS. So let's move to the another test. So here we will see the loss on drying. So LOD which is performed to check percentage wet by wet loss of volatile and moisture from the cotton. So here that absorbent cotton have an moisture that is 15 to 20%. So it will be evaporated when we are providing heat to that particular absorbent cotton. Okay. So for this purpose the known amount of sample which is taken. So after that here that sample which is placed in an glass stopper bottle, or you can say that this glass container. So after putting the sample, known amount of sample in this container, that is stopper container, then the weight is taken. So the weight which is taken before putting that particular container with the sample in the hot air oven. So a hot air oven which is used for this loss on a drying. So sample which is placed, after that the weight is taken, and after the weight noting here this container which is put it in the hot air oven for the evaporation purpose. So here after stated period, so this glass container which is removed. So one precaution should be taken there, that is at the time of placing this container into the hot air oven, so this lid which is removed and it is put on the side of this container. So then the moisture will be removed from this sample. So after the stated period, this container which is removed from the hot air on, and the weight which is taken, or the weight which is determined. So here two time weight which is checked. So before placing this container into the hot air on and after that particular evaporation. So the limit for this particular loss on drying, which is given in Indian Pharmacopoeia, that is, so the LOD should not more than 8% weight by weight at 105 degree centigrade. So this is about the LOD test, which is done with the absorbent cotton to check the quality of the absorbent cotton. Let's move to the another test. Here we will see the sulfated ash test. Okay, so ash is nothing but the residue remaining after complete burning of the sample or the incineration of the sample. So after complete incineration you will get the white material, not the black one. So for this purpose, here silica crucible or the glass crucible which is used. So sample which is put in that, and then it is directly placed on the heat source. So here the known amount of sample which is placed in the crucible and which is incinerated or burned for the complete burning up to the white color matter. If the white color matter you will see there, so you just stop that particular incineration and check the weight of this particular ash. So you can see in this picture, so after putting the sample in the silica crucible, so here this particular silica crucible which is subjected for the heat source, so direct heating which is takes place. So after the burning you will get the black matter, and after complete burning you will get the white matter inside this particular silica crucible. So the limit which is given to this particular sulfated ash, that is, it should not more than 0.5% weight by weight. If more than that, so it indicates that some substitute material which is present in this. So this is about the sulfated ash. So for the sulfated ash, here some H2SO4 or the hydrochloric acid which is used at the time of the incineration. So you just remember this. So these are the 8 tests which is done for checking the quality of absorbent cotton. That is, first we have seen the identification test which is done by using the microscope, the single fiber which is examined or the object. After that we have seen this chemical test. So the two type of chemical test which is done with the absorbent cotton, that is treatment with the ionated chloride solution and treatment with the zinc chloride solution. After that we have seen the acidity and alkalinity test. So here for checking of the acidity and alkalinity, here the methyl red solution or phenolphthalein solution which is checked, which is used. Okay, after that we have seen the absorbency test. So in this absorbency test, see sinking time test and water holding capacity, so two tests which are used to observe the absorbency. And after that we have seen the fluorescence test. So by using the 365 nanometer UV lamp, here the fluorescence test which is done. After that we have seen the NEP test. So here NEPs is an entangled or the knotted fiber in the absorbent cotton. So how much amount of NEPs which is present in that particular sample which is checked. After that we have seen the LOD, that is loss on drying. So here we have seen how much amount of loss will be done or will be happen with the absorbent cotton, that is known amount of absorbent cotton. So it should not more than the 8% weight by weight. And at the last we have seen the sulfated ash. So here the sample which is completely burned and checked for the white residue here remain after the complete incineration. So the limit which is provided to this particular test is your ash should not more than the 0.5% weight by weight. So this is about the evaluation test of Epsom cotton. So if you have any question, you can drop your question on my WhatsApp number or on my email ID. At last, thank you for patient listening. Thank you very much.